Grabbing my shades real quick. Alrighty. So I want to talk to you guys about something pretty interesting. Typical topic. Let me fix the lighting real quick. Typical topic, and it's obviously going to be about not mainly about Umar Johnson, but it does have this video will discuss some things in regards of the individual Umar Johnson. So what I want to talk about basically is how it baffles me how a lot of people in 2025 continue. Oh, the lighting is terrible here. It's kind of washed out. And here we go. Yeah, it's kind of funny how people continue to take advice from someone like Umar Johnson. And this dude is basically, according to his daughter, right, from the stuff she's been releasing online, according to his biological children, Umar Johnson is basically a deadbeat father, right? Umar Johnson has way more interest in building schools or just building so-called businesses, right? He has more interest in that than building a relationship with his children. That's basically who Umar Johnson is. When he's asking you for cash apps and GoFundMe's and, hit the cash app and give him money for, I guess, and donation money to help fund his school or his operations. When he's sitting here asking you for money, right? The money really goes into his pockets. And only smart people or thinking people with brains understand what I'm saying. Because if you actually use your brain, you can pretty much see the red flags easily. When it comes to people donating money to so-called Umar Johnson. And what I'm trying to say is basically, see, smart people can just, see the red flags in terms of when you give someone like him money, how do you know it's going directly to what he claims it's going to be used for? So if he's asking you for money and he's not giving you any type of documentation to show proof that the money is going to be spent for this, or he's able to record the money that he's received all year, last year, 5 years ago, if he can't provide you that kind of documentation of the money that you've been giving him, that's a red flag. And I can easily see this because I have a thinking brain. There's people who just can't seem to, ask those kind of questions and see those red flags. And that's why I call those people silly and dumb. Because that's how you behave, like a dumb person. But anyway, these are the same people who take advice from Umar Johnson about relationships. Relationships, meaning marriage or dating. How do you take advice from people who are not even married? Now, I'm not saying take advice from me, but it makes more sense to me to take advice from someone who's living or who's a representation of what they're preaching. So if I'm telling you, hey, you should get married, and if I'm not married, but I'm telling you to get married, why would you tell me to get married if you're not married? How come you're not married? That's how easy it is. It's like someone that's trying to teach you how to make $1 million and they've never held or had $1 million before. How could you teach me this if you've never? Anyway, this is Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson loves to preach about, black queens and black women. Like black women they are our queens. Excuse me. That's what he preaches the most, right? Again, practice what you preach. If so-called black women are queens, then why doesn't he have one? Meaning a wife. Last time I checked, Umar Johnson has 2 children. Okay? 2 children. and they're both from different women. So you're telling me you're taking advice from people that are having children in wedlock, out of wedlock, right? He's not even married to either of his baby mothers. Come on, man. This is why I have to keep calling people dumb. I'll just say flat out, because I don't see this kind of talking on social media. I just call it for what it is. You're dumb. You're not a smart person. You're stupid. Yes, you are. I have to say it. Because Umar Johnson, according to a lot of different content creators, especially on YouTube, they have confirmed the term of basically calling Umar a scam artist, a fraud. And I very much believe that 100%. I've said that for years. This man is a fraud. Fraud. Right? There's so much that Umar Johnson loves to preach. One of my favorite ones is how he preaches that so-called black men should not date outside their so-called race. And I'll tell you right now, and this is my opinion, when Umar Johnson says that, he doesn't really mean it, right? What I mean by that is Umar Johnson could care less about who a so-called black person dates. He doesn't really care about that. But he knows if he talks this way, you're going to give him money because it's shock value. It's shocking to hear that in 2025. It's shocking to hear something like that. But Umar doesn't really care about it. Umar cares nothing about so-called black people. He doesn't care anything about you people. He doesn't care anything about who I date as a so-called black man. Now I don't call myself black. Different topic. But the point I'm trying to make is by him preaching that type of talk, it's going to make people open up their wallets and purse and give him money. Because some people actually support that kind of message. I don't, obviously, but some people do. And you can support who you want. My thing is, you're supporting a scam artist. Yes. Umar's a scam artist because the money he's receiving from donations doesn't go to an actual business. It goes into his pocket. And that same money you give him, he's using that to purchase Caucasian-owned services and products. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that because I do it. I do it. I don't support so-called black businesses because they're black owned. No, the money goes into that business because I like the service or the product. I don't care if it's Asian owned. I don't care if it's Indian, Caucasian, Haitian, Jamaican. I don't care. I don't care. If it's a good service, a product, I'm going to fund it. I'm going to support it financially. See, that's what a smart person does. That's what that's what smart people do. They support good services and businesses or products regardless of who owns it. But your leader says you have to support only black owned. And listen, by all means, support what you want. You leave right now? Mm-hmm. I'm locking you up. Support what you want. It's your money. You're the adult. But it's just funny how your so-called leader doesn't even live in black communities like where you live. Kind of dark here, right? Anyway. Yeah. Listen, I could talk about this for hours and hours because it's hilarious. Let me hook up the lighting. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's funny to me how silly people could be. You're supporting a scam artist. You're supporting just another Black Lives Matter. It's a scam. It's a quick money grab. And the thing is, these people know what to say to you to make you become emotional, and in return you give them money. See, if I don't keep speaking about the whole slavery stuff, reparation, oh, we're oppressed, you're going to give them money. Some people support these messages. I don't. I think it's retarded. I do, because there's no one's oppressed. No one's oppressed. Not at all. But people make poor decisions. A lot. That's the truth. A lot of people make poor decisions, but they don't want to say that. They want to say they're oppressed. Leaving? Bye. Love you too. Bye-bye. Anyway. I can see her drive away. I see her drive away. Yo, what's going on? Anyway, listen. You're getting tricked by the very people who look like you, okay? Umar Johnson knows that people who look like him, dark-skinned people, are going to support him regardless because of his skin color and his so-called race. That's the truth, right? And it's a real issue. Like, it's a real problem. Not for me, but for you, basically. You're getting tricked. He's not a real person. It's all an act. And I'm talking, Umar Johnson is not even a real person. It's an actor. He has to keep with this facade of pro-black, Pan-Africanism. And he has to keep talking this way because it makes him money. He doesn't really have a job. He's able to function financially because of people giving him money. 1 second, my wife is calling. All right, so my wife forgot her lunch. I'm gonna bring it downstairs and make sure she's good. Let's do that. All right, what? Forgot something. Don't worry. So, 1 second. Did I close the? All right, make sure the fridge is. Sometimes the fridge is open, and it spoils the food. But anyway, as I was saying before, you are getting tricked. You are getting played by the very people who looks just like you, literally. It's just the oldest trick in the book. It just is. They know that they can easily trick you from that alone. They know you're going to be. They know you're going to support them, regardless because of the appearance, and it's a real problem for some people. It's quite sad if you ask me, but it's just a real issue for a lot of people, basically. And I hope you get that fixed. I hope you get it fixed ASAP because yeah, man, it's what's making you get scammed. Okay? They know by this alone they can make so much money from you thinking this way. I'm gonna support my so-called black people regardless. They're gonna make a lot of money off it. It's stupidity. Like I said, Omar Johnson doesn't really care about who black men date or marry. It's facade. But it works. And it's shock value. Big time. Where is she? There she is. Yeah, it is shock value big time. Sorry. Bye-bye. What do you mean shaking it?
You're like shaking it everywhere.
You're still eating it, so it's not you're not gonna eat it. Bye. All right. So yeah, I'm just all over the place with this video. But this is my real life, man. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. This is just real life, basically. No problem. Yeah, this is where I live. Very nice building. We live here in South Florida. My wife and I live a very comfortable life. And the reason why I think I live a very comfortable life is from my choices in life. I'm all about just meeting people and being around people based off their character. I don't go by skin color like some people do, like some people watch this video does. They literally only talk to people who look like them and pretty much give no one else a chance to converse with them or just to get to know people, basically. I can't live like that. I think that's stupid, right? I think you may meet the most amazing people in your life who doesn't look like you. They may help you evolve into a really awesome person, and you're gonna miss that out because you're so focused on skin color or race. Or you might meet the most amazing people who look like you, right? That's fine as well. Thank you. This, I live a very, very comfortable life, man. My wife is awesome. She has great character, right? It's really the top reason why I'm with her. We get along with each other very well. You know? Like I said, Umar Johnson it's all an act. It's all for the social media, the fast talking, the way he preaches, the way he delivers his messages, how confident he seems, just the appearance, the nappy hair, the dashiki, and him speaking about slavery and all this stuff. It's all an act. It's all for you to think he's really authentic. He really does care about these situations. People give him money because of these reasons, and he knows this. Really, you can't be mad at him for that because he's great at finessing people who can't think for themselves. They all do it. All these so-called pro-black, leaders or movements, they know this is an easy, it's easy money to keep talking like this, and people think that I really care about it, and they give me money. This is South Florida. It's nice out there. As you can see, it's clear, sunny. Miami is that way. It's like less than 20 minutes away from here. There's a nice restaurant downstairs, full bar, great food. Just hanging out, having lunch. Can't really see it, but whatever. People just hanging out. Just a nice area. I live a very good life because of who I associate myself with. I'm not gonna let some. It is comical that I would let someone like Umar Johnson basically shape and mold the way I think about people because of their skin color. And him calling so-called black men snow bunny lovers. Yo, my man's just a racist. My man is just a straight racist. My wife is awesome. Not because of her skin color, because she's just a great person. She could have been Asian or black. I would have still married her because she's a good person. That's how I build my relationships, off character, not skin color. That's what you do. And really, this video is just it's kind of all over the place. I know it is. It's all over the place. I'm going everywhere. I'm walking everywhere. This is my real life. This is my real apartment. I live in this really nice apartment here in South Florida. It's a 3-2. It's gorgeous here. Awesome lighting, But the whole point of this video is just to show you that Umar Johnson is not a real person. It's an actor. He cares nothing. I promise you, Umar cares nothing about whether or not so-called black men are dating or marrying outside their race. He pretends to care about these things. It sounds like he really does care about it. He doesn't. He panders to so-called black women because he knows that's his real supporters. Them. It's not people like me. You know what I mean? Not at all. If anything, he bashes people who look like me. But he has to do it because that's part of his theme. That's part of his operation to keep making money. Follow the money. Right? That's the quote. Follow the money. He asked me for cash apps and all these things. When have you asked Umar to send some type of documentation to show proof if the money is being spent on a school or whatever he claims the money will be spent on? There was a time where he asked money for one of his windows being busted. You know, like one of the school windows were busted by someone, and he was begging for money. He was begging you for money to help fix that broken window. Let's say he was able to receive over $1,000 from donations to fix that window. How do you know this? How do you know the window did? What if it cost $350 and it cost him over $1,000? Where is the rest of the money? What'd you do with that? It goes in his pockets. And I think people know this, they still support him. And listen, I don't care if you support him or not. I'm just trying to paint this picture in this video to show that Umar Johnson is not authentic. Not at all. And I heard his Cash App got canceled. His PayPal it's not PayPal, but his GoFundMe account was canceled. It doesn't get canceled. Two different companies do not cancel your account at the same time for no reason. That means you've been doing something shady, man. Shady. But again, you're taking advice from people about relationship and marriage, and he's not even married. You're taking advice from a deadbeat dude, a deadbeat dad, according to his children. You can go online right now on YouTube and find this information. His daughter is calling him a deadbeat dad because he was never in her life. This is not a good man. This is not a good dude. From that alone, he's not a good dude. And you're taking advice from him? I'm out there in this video soon. The whole point I'm trying to make is Umar Johnson is not who he claims to be. Him being on these different podcasts and shows, so what? So the hell what? What's that supposed to mean? That he's legit? Come on, man. He probably paid them to go on that show. Just to make it seem like he's someone so, like he has this authority, basically. He comes off as this authority. You know? I know he doesn't care about so-called black. I know he cares nothing about you people. I know he doesn't, but he pretends to do. He pretends that he does because it makes him a lot of money. So really, that's Umar Johnson's business. Finessing dumb people. That's his business. Umar Johnson knows how to trick stupid people. By him talking the way he talks about the black race, oppression, reparation, snow bunnies, it's all a bunch of talking points to make it seem like he cares. Really, he doesn't. He just cares about how much money you're going to give him. Oldest trick in the book. Emotional talking points always seem to work. And that's Umar Johnson's strategy. Emotional talking points. He's a good talker. He's a very good talker. Absolutely. Umar Johnson is a great talker. And that's what he does best. And his talking, it is a talent because it's still having people open up their wallets and purses to give him money. So to end this video, Umar Johnson, my opinion, he's not a good dude. Umar Johnson, his job is to finesse dumb people. That's his job. The money you give Umar Johnson doesn't go to your community. It doesn't circulate in your community. It circulates in Caucasian-owned businesses, communities, all the above. That's the truth. Because he doesn't live in your communities, right? The money you give him doesn't go, it doesn't circulate where you live. That's just the truth. He's taking trips. He's on different hotels, airlines, all owned by Caucasians. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's exactly where your money is going into. You can accept it or not. It's not my business. That's just the reality. Thing is, some of you are just too dumb to accept it. Yeah, man. I hope you decide to become a critical thinker like me and stop letting someone like Umar Johnson think for you. Stop letting people like that be the source of information for you. And his opinion becomes your truth or your reality, which is insane to me. And that's why you think the way you think about so-called white people, or you think you're oppressed, you think you deserve something from whomever, reparation. That's his opinion. That's how he feels. Cool, do you. That doesn't mean that's be your truth. Nobody owes me nothing because of my skin color. I go and make my own money. I don't need you to give me anything. That's my mentality. I'm no victim. I live a very comfortable life because of my choices in life. You can do the same thing because you have a thinking brain. That's the truth. Someone just got put over. That is the truth. So, again, critical thinking. Let that become something you practice, because that's what I'm doing right now. If anything, I'm trying to conquer critical thinking. Let that be something you practice more and stop letting another source think for you like Umar Johnson. Whatever he says to you, that's his opinion. Doesn't mean you have to accept it and believe it and make that into your reality, which is a very irresponsible thing to do if you ask me. Letting another source think for you and their opinion becomes your truth. Grow up, man. You have a brain. Use it. See right through Umar Johnson or people like that. You can see right through them. Red flags all day. Red flags everywhere. I mean, loud red flags. Peace out. Thanks for watching.